Hi, it's Alaska Granny. The first thing I wanted to talk about today was a very special, pleasant, heartwarming experience that I had yesterday. I have been outside of Alaska helping take care of my grandchildren, and when I was at the airport, I met somebody from Palmer who came up and introduced themselves to me and told me how much it meant to them about all of my videos and how it helped them with prepping. And I want you to know that that was very heartwarming, that I really, really appreciate that. And that's one of the reasons that I make Alaska Granny videos, is because I do feel like prepping is important, and being able to take care of your family is like one of the most important things that we should want to do in our lives. Thank you so much to my friend from Palmer for taking the time to speak to me, because it absolutely touched my heart and reinforced why I do these videos and why it's important to me to continue to make videos to help people be prepared so that they can make the best of every single day of our lives. And that's the whole reason that I'm a prepper, and that's why I want other people to be too, so that you can have the best life every single day. So yeah, anyway, I was very touched and I feel very blessed that I was able to help someone. So thank you very much. So with that, if you're new to my channel or you're new to prepping, I thought it would be important to give a beginner prepper checklist. If you're just beginning to prep, or you've had circumstances in your life that have changed that you haven't been able to for a while and you want to get going again, it's never too late. Don't ever believe that there's no time left, that we're like, eek, the world is coming to an end, because nobody knows what the future holds, but we do know that challenging times are ahead. But we still have time to prepare, and there are basics that we can do. So if you haven't been prepping at all, or you want to check over what you're doing to know if you have what you need, look over the things that you have in your home. Could you be self-sufficient for at least 2 weeks? If you couldn't leave your house, like what happened at the beginning of the pandemic, if you could not leave your home, do you have enough food that you could make meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, beverages? Do you have those things that if you couldn't leave your home, you have enough food for those purposes? Do you have enough hygiene supplies? Do you have the shampoo, body wash, soap, toothbrushes, toothpaste, dental floss, hand lotion? Do you have all of those supplies that you would need? If you have little ones, do you have enough diapers, wipes, baby formula, any over-the-counter medications that you need, or just prescription medications? Do you have at least 2 weeks supplies of every single thing that you need? Do you have the dishwasher soap, the toilet paper, and just the cleaners that you use on a daily basis so that you can keep things going for 2 weeks? What if there was a problem during those 2 weeks that the power went off? Do you have a way to prepare those foods? Do you have the extra water on hand in case your water becomes contaminated? You can't turn on the water to add to those foods. Do you have a way to prepare those foods and make those foods safe? Do you have a way to store those foods? That's one reason that I like to count on having shelf-stable foods that I can just open and eat them, even if I can't cook them, that they're still able to be prepared. Foods that you can open and eat, you don't need to do any cooking, that you could still eat them. And then have foods that you could use a little bit of water, a little bit of cooking. Nobody knows what the future can hold, and so we don't know if we'll have the water that we need, the power that we need. And so you want to have an idea of, how can I cook if I don't have power? How can I have water stored up in case the water stops running or is contaminated? And how can I do things like keep myself clean? Maybe I need baby wipes. Maybe I need a portable toilet. And I want to make sure that I can take care of my family's hygiene and sanitation needs as well. Then what if something happens that you have to leave your home? And don't ever say, I would never do that. You just need to look on the news to know that many people have been forced from their homes by forest fires. They've been forced from their homes from hurricanes, tornadoes, the floods that have happened in so many places. And just something can happen. A tree can fall on your house and it isn't safe to be there. A train could derail. There's just so many things that could happen. You don't want to ever say, I would never leave my home, because in an instant your life could change forever when you need to. And so the point of life is prolonging your life, not the things in your life, but your actual life. So you need to have a bug out bag. You need to have something you can grab and go that can keep you going so that you have the things that you need. I've made videos, I'll put a link to them, about what you should have in a bug out bag. If you're not sure of what that is, you want to have the basic supplies that can keep you going for 72 hours. So we call them sometimes a 72-hour kit. So have the things together and then think about it. What are the things that I value the most? What are the most important papers? What are my most important items? If you only had a few minutes, what are the items most important to you that you would want to grab and have forever? Don't ever try to risk your life to save things. You can always get more things. But there are important documents that you want to have a copy of with your bug out bag, and then anything that's most important to you. Think about it now and have a way that you know where that is, and you could grab it in an instant if you had to. But if you only have an instant to save your life, then don't take anything, just get out of your house. You can always get more things. Never forget that. It's the whole point of prepping is to preserve your life. Think about the emergencies that can happen if you're away from your home. What if there's a snowstorm in the middle of the day? What if there's a power outage or some local emergency when you need to evacuate from your place of business or from a store where you're shopping or wherever you are, and you need to get home now? You need to have some supplies in your car, maybe some supplies at your work, and have a plan with your children and your family. What if your children are at school, or the babysitter or your spouse is at work? How can you have a plan of how you can get home safely, or if it's not safe to go home, where can you meet so that you can be together and know that each other is safe? And that's one reason that you want to make a plan and have the most important contact information on a piece of paper so that you have it written down. In case something happens, you lose your phone, the phones don't work. How can you contact the most important people to you, the people that you would need to contact, such as your babysitter, your relatives, your employer, your insurance company, your healthcare provider? There are many times when you might need to have those numbers on hand. You want to have those important contact information written down so that you have it with you. Then keep a current photo of your family and your pets so that you can identify who you're looking for and show that you belong together. That to me was one of the most heart-wrenching things from the 9/11, when people were putting up photos. Have you seen this person? Please help me find them. It was just gut-wrenching. Can you imagine if you didn't have a current photo and so you weren't able to provide that information? And that's one of the ways having a photograph is going to help you locate that person and your pet. You want to make sure that you can locate your pet and that you can show, this is my pet and here's a photo of us together, so that if you do become separated, you can get back together. You're able to show that that's us and we're a family and those are our pets and we belong together. So nobody wants to live in fear, but we want to be prepared because there are so many things that can happen. So figure out, what are the things that could happen to you where you live? What are the risks? Are they hurricanes? Are they earthquakes, volcanoes, forest fires? Only you know what are the risks where you live, and that's what you should prepare for. The more planning you do and thinking about what are the risks to me and what do I need to have, the better off you're going to be in any kind of an emergency situation. So don't be scared. Prepare so that you can face every day the best that it can be. You'll have the food, the water, the hygiene supplies, the first aid supplies, the basics, and you'll have a plan in mind. What can I do? Where can I go? Who can I rely on? And that's the best we can do. That's the best we can hope for. We want to have just happy days every day, but life doesn't work out that way. And so if you plan ahead, then you'll have the best outcome because you won't panic. You'll know what to do. So go over this beginner prepper checklist. If there's something that you think is missing, leave it in the comments below so that we can learn from each other what to do. And if there's someone who has touched your life and helped you, reach out to them and tell them thank you, because you can certainly brighten someone's day. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.